Good day, dear children. Today we will be doing a poem from your Hornbill textbook. The title is The Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. Ted Hughes was an English poet, translator and children's writer. He was born on 17th August 1930 and lived till 28th October 1998. He was appointed as the Poet Laureate in the year 1984 and held office until his death. The Laburnum Top is a beautiful poem by Ted Hughes, and in this poem he has used the laburnum tree and goldfinch as the symbol of life and its fluctuations. The poem has been named so because the top of the tree has been described in detail by the poet, and the second part is a vivid description of the transformation that the tree undergoes. The entire scenario revolves around the tree. Now let's begin the poem. The laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. The first stanza gives you an idea about the tree, which is silent due to the lack of movement. Laburnum is a short tree with hanging branches and yellow flowers. There is no breeze at that time, and hence there is no rustling of leaves. The time of the day is afternoon, the month is September, and the season is autumn. The leaves of the tree have started turning yellow, the seeds have also fallen. So the poem begins with silence, and the dominant color is yellow. There is a death-like silence in the tree. That is the first part. Now moving on to the second stanza. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. Goldfinch is a small singing bird with yellow feathers on its wings. So there is the arrival of this bird, goldfinch, on the tree, and that too with a twitching chirrup, that is the sound made by the bird. A suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. The arrival of the goldfinch is totally unexpected, and it sits on a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. The goldfinch's movement is compared to that of a lizard. The basis of the comparison is the sleek, abrupt and alert movement of a lizard. The same kinds of movements are observed when the goldfinch arrives on the laburnum tree. That is why it has been compared to a lizard. It is sleek, it is smooth and glossy, alert, quick and abrupt. It comes all of a sudden. She enters the thickness, she enters the tree, and a machine starts up. The poet creates the imagery of a machine here. As the goldfinch perches on the tree, the young ones in the nest suddenly senses it, and the whole tree with the young ones of the bird starts up like a machine. The sudden noise and movements produced by the young ones are like the starting of a machine. They start chirruping, vibrating and flapping their wings. The silent tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. It is the engine of her family. What does it mean? The goldfinch has been called the engine of her family. Just as the engine starts up the machine, her arrival in the nest has suddenly started up the silent machine. That is, the young ones have started chattering and making noise. The expression in the next line, she stokes it full, means that she has fed the young ones who now have the energy to become active and make noise. Then flirts out to a branch end. The bird is ever cautious to protect her young ones and moves briskly to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. The goldfinch takes the shelter of the tree, and as it comes out, its identity is revealed. It has dark stripes on her face, and this is like a mask which serves as an identification mark for the bird as it comes out of the thickness of the branches of the tree. The striped face of the goldfinch is its mask, and her striped face makes her easily recognizable. The second stanza clearly gives you an idea about the transformation that is happening to the tree due to the arrival of the goldfinch. The last stanza, then with eerie, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. She stands for the goldfinch whose arrival on the tree has suddenly transformed it into a noisy place. After having fed her young ones and having made the tree active and full of life, the goldfinch flies away towards the infinite, vast sky by making strange and delicate noise. After the departure of the goldfinch, the tree is again back to emptiness, and a death-like silence surrounds the tree once again. So here in this poem, the poet is trying to convey the message that life is a process of exchange and transformation. People are alive because of exchange of energy. Here, the goldfinch transforms the tree and make it alive. Without the goldfinch and the chicks, the laburnum is just another tree. The poem examines and articulates the relationship between the bird and the tree. It is in the interaction between the two that lies the beauty, vigor, and perfection of existence. Now let's take a look at the different figures of speech used in the poem. Those are actually the essential tools that a poet uses to create rhythm, enhance a poem's meaning, or intensify a mood or feeling. The first one is alliteration. It is the repetition of the first consonant sounds. The example is given in the second line of the first stanza, September sunlight. That is a perfect example of alliteration. Then tree trembles, a suddenness, a startlement are also examples of alliteration. The second one is simile. Simile is comparison of two things using the words like or as. In the second stanza, you find the goldfinch is compared to a lizard. So, sleek as a lizard is an example of simile. The third one is metaphor. This is again a comparison without using the words like or as. Example you find in the second stanza, engine of her family and machine. Here engine represents the mother goldfinch and machine is the tree with nest in which the young ones are happy and energetic at the arrival of the bird. And the fourth one is personification. It is the attribution of human nature to something non-human. The whole tree trembles and thrills is an example of personification where the human attribute of trembles and thrills is given to a non-human entity, that is tree. These are the major literary devices used in the poem. You can also find several sound and movement words used by the poet to help the readers get into the mood of the poem. If you have enjoyed the poem, you can do a simple activity. Just find out what laburnum is called in your language and which local bird is like the goldfinch. You can also try writing 4 lines in verse form on any tree that you see around you. Thus we come to the end of the poem, The Laburnum Top. Thank you.